Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Ranting Shop. It's me, Melissa, back with your Ready to Love review. This, I believe, is episode 5, and let's just get right into things. So, we were left on a cliffhanger last episode where Demetrius was gonna call out who was gonna be sent home, and it was between Precious and AP. And as I told you guys before, if you looked at my previous video, I believe AP would have been sent home simply because I hadn't seen AP in any of the previews. However, I did see Precious with Tori, so that led me to believe that AP would be going home. And also, I don't think AP really solidified any connections with anybody. And so with that, I'm actually thinking that this was a great idea because I don't understand why she'd stay. Not that I don't think she would open up. I just don't think her connection was there. All right, so there's that. And so then they're gonna play, they played, Truth or Dare, which is a game that was, I suppose, proposed to by Mr. Levin. And I definitely think producers are the ones that told him to play that game. I don't think it was all him just deciding, okay, let's play Truth or Dare. There was definitely production coercion or producer coercion there. And the reason why I say that is even when you look at the very last scenes of the episode with him and Precious, he said to her that it was kind of like not in his control. It wasn't something that he thought of and dreamt of to do. It was something he was told to do, and so Precious was telling him, well, you could have either said no or whatever the case may be. So anyways, let's just continue going in order of things. So they played Truth or Dare, and of no surprise to us, we see that Joy kisses Clifton when asked to kiss the person she has the strongest connection with. Cliff, I don't know if Carmen particularly felt a way about it. We are led to believe that she felt a way. Maybe she did, I don't know. But that was that. Nobody's surprised there. And then we have somebody ask Sabrina to nibble on the person's ear that she has the strongest connection with. How awkward is it that Joy said, oh, Tori, it's Tori, go ahead and kiss Tori, when this woman, let me tell you guys something about Sabrina. Let's just cut the crap. At the end of the day, Sabrina is not interested in Tori at all. What it is it's either Demetrius or it's no one, period. And that has been what it has been from day one. I know, sometimes we always have a number 1 and a number 2, and for a lot of women, number 1 will always be the one that you want and that you see yourself with in the long term. Number 2 is literally the backup. He's okay, but he's not as good as number 1. So Tori is literally, there's not even a competition, because from the very beginning it's always been Demetrius, and that is why I hate. Anyways, so they played a game. Tori feels a way that Sabrina nibbled on Demetrius's ear as opposed to his, but then I also think it was in the middle of, or it was in front of other people, and that made it even more embarrassing because they were actually cheering Tori on, and then she kisses Demetrius. So there's that. I believe other questions were asked. The question was asked to Carmen by Dakia about whether she is just picking the people that are here or if she genuinely sees something with the people here. And she said that she genuinely saw something with the people here. And, when she was kind of flirting with Eric, I felt like she was just jumping to any person that was there. However, I do think she's interested in Clifton, but it's very clear that Clifton is gonna go for Joy. So I don't know. So later on, Sabrina speaks with Tori to let him know, that she is interested in other people. And she cannot just tell Tori, oh, hey, I'm going to it. Well, she actually can do it. She chose not to do it. I mean, if everybody is dating openly, I think transparency is the biggest thing. And yes, you cannot expect her to automatically choose you and for you to just be the one she goes with. That's not fair to her, because everybody is entitled to go through a process where they determine who they want to be in a relationship with. So when Tori did say that, it kind of was like a little bit of, I know it was irrational emotion, and really and truly what it was he just wanted her to be transparent, which is something I believe you can do. If you're going towards another person, I feel like you should say, I'm going toward another person. I believe that is fair to the other people, because you're dating multiple people, and the only way to go about it in a drama-free way is to be transparent. That's the only way. So that's what essentially was telling her. He also said that he's willing to stick around and allow her to have her process and be with whoever. I feel like he is doing that because he sincerely believes that his connection with Sabrina is stronger than her connection with Demetrius. But we know as viewers that that is not accurate. Demetrius has always been the one and will always be the one and will continue to be the one, whereas Tori, I believe, is kind of being or choosing to be led on, because the core of the matter is she's not that into Tori. Tori is her backup plan. Tori is her second in command. He is the fallback guy, essentially. And I don't believe that people should do that to other people, but that is the game, essentially. So we had that conversation, and then I'm not going in order because I didn't make any notes. Then there was, I believe, I'm not gonna touch on everything because some things I don't think are very relevant to even speak about. Oh, I did remember that Tina, when asked to touch the shoulder of the person she was interested in, she touched Paul. So it seems as if she's definitely more so into Paul than she is into Riley. People, I guess Tommy felt like getting somebody his age would, get him more interest, but it clearly hasn't. I don't think any of the women are interested in Riley. They use his age as the reason, but I just feel like, yes, he says he's mature, but there's a certain level of immaturity that I see in him, the way he interacts, the way he speaks, that kind of, I understand why the women are not so turned on by him. Because it's not even that he's the age he is, it's just that he gives off that age energy. That's the energy that he gives off, very young, So then what else? He said he felt away when Tina went over to Paul, but Tina has said very clearly that she's interested in older men. Her baby's father was an older man. That's what she's used to. She feels like there's a certain level of maturity with, I guess, an older man, that she, I guess, is not even that it's the age per se, it's just the interaction. So I believe Riley is pretty much on his own. I don't believe anybody put Riley in their top. So, spoiler alert, the fact that Riley went home is not surprising to me, because I don't think any of the women were very interested in Riley. They were not. Riley was like their little brother, and that's it. It's actually very interesting to me that on the date that Joy had with Cliff, Demetrius, and Precious, she was telling us in the ITMs that Wiley gives off like a flirty vibe, but that's just it. But the thing about it is, Joy tends to, I suppose, bond with people on that flirty thing. She loves to do that. I just essentially think that women were not interested in Riley, and there's nothing he could have done that would have changed their minds, in my opinion. So I think they did make a good decision. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, they should not have chosen Riley. Laverne should have been the one going home. But if no woman has you in their top 3, what is the point of you staying around? Like, even if your intention is better than Lavern's, even if your motive is clearer or whatever the case may be, if the women do not put you in their top 3, it makes no sense for you to stick around because you're clearly not interested in you. However, at least 1 or 2 women had Laverne in their top 3. So that's enough to save him. Even if he seems like the one that is not interested, to himself, closed off, very egotistical, very just a turn off, the women found more interest in Laverne. Okay, so that speaks to their like process as opposed to him not being the right person to be sent home. You understand what I mean? Because even if he stayed, I don't think he would have found any connection with the women. So essentially, I'm happy. I feel like he was the right one to be sent home. Laverne, yes, people have a problem with Laverne, but at least somebody had a connection with Laverne. No one had connections with Riley. So anyways, let's move right along. What else do we need to talk about, you guys? I don't think anything else was of too much of a significance. Precious was trying to kind of convince Demetrius or whoever that she's not a party girl and she's very serious about finding someone. But I think what it is even though you say you're not a party girl, the things you've said and the things you've done has led people to that conclusion. So a lot of the time, it's not what you say you're not. It's what you're presenting to people. Because people are gonna more so connect with what you do as opposed to what you say. So you could say you're not a party girl all day. But if you're giving off party girl energy, then that is what you're gonna receive. So that's my little advice for Precious. Who else? That Zakia wasn't that prominent, but we do know that she is very much interested in Eric. That is the person she's kind of narrowed down on. I don't think Carmen is interested in Eric at all. I think if anything, Eric would be kind of like her backup plan if Cliff doesn't work. But Cliff will not work because I just don't see Cliff with that same level of interest in anybody else other than Joy. One thing I have noticed is that whenever they do group dates, it's always Joy. Joy is always with Cliff. Like, I believe there's only one time that Joy was not with Cliff. And that was the time she had the date with Laverne. But other than that, she's always been on a date with Cliff. Like, and I'm thinking, shouldn't they be moving around more? Like, why are they always with each other? It's a little bit annoying to see. Yeah, I do understand that they have a connection and everything like that, but still, there's other people there that you should probably move around to see. Every time I see Cliff and Joy, Cliff and Joy, Cliff and Joy, we get it. Cliff and Joy are most likely gonna make it to the end. They're gonna choose each other. They're gonna be even in the reunion. But as far as them being a long-term couple, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I feel like there's a lot of things about Cliff that we're not seeing. I mean, for somebody to have 2 failed divorces, I think there you are part of the issue as well. So I'm just trying to figure out what the issue with Cliff is, because he's not this perfect, fun-loving type of guy. If he was flawless, his relationships would have lasted, period. And he left a relationship to where his kid is still a toddler. So that's crazy to me. So yeah, they're cute now, but I don't know about long term. So that's pretty much what I have here. Miss Ace was really trying to ride for Laverne. Ace is probably the only one that says something like positive about Laverne. So I don't know, maybe he shows her a side he doesn't show the other women. And during the interview, because they sent Riley and Laverne up for elimination, if you guys couldn't figure that out. And Laverne is basically saying that he doesn't trust the people in the process for some reason or the other. He doesn't trust them, and so because he doesn't trust them, he is very closed off to them. But my thing about it is, if that's your approach, then that's not the experiment for you, because that shouldn't be your approach. Your approach should be one of genuinely being open and getting to know other people. If you can't do that, then yeah, that's not the process for you. So I think that is all. Riley got sent home. Yes, it's sad to see that somebody that genuinely wants a connection is being sent home, but at the end of the day, the women just were not attracted to him, and literally that's all that needs to happen for it to be sent home. You don't have to win the Nobel Peace Prize. You don't have to do any of that. That doesn't count. All that counts is, does the women or do the women see a connection with you? If they don't, then that's that. So anyways, I believe that's it. Let me know what you guys think about this particular episode. Do you think that Cliff and Joy are gonna make it to the end? Do you think that Sabrina and Demetrius are gonna work long term? Because that's clearly who she wants. She doesn't want Tori. And next episode we see Tori, I guess, wanting to open his options up. We see the kiss with Precious. So we definitely see that Tori has a very fun side to him. Let's see what happens. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and see you guys next time for another review of Ready to Love. Bye.